Hello, hello, my Capricorn collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. Welcome to your Path of True Love reading for May 2020. I am your reader, Mark Angelo Lyons, Mel for short, president of Drawing the Circle Productions, professional witch, professional intuitive, and fellow earth sign. I'm a Virgo and very, very happy to be serving my Capricorn brothers and sisters. How y'all doing? Oh boy, tricky time we're in, huh? Well, that's why I think this Path of True Love reading might be a little helpful for you. But if you are new to my channel, let's get this out of the way. Please do like this video, subscribe to my channel, click the notification bell because I'm putting out content every day. If I'm not doing readings here, I'm doing something in the morning on live stream or in the evening just to help us all get through this. I am a spiritual counselor as well. So we're doing some prayer, some meditation, spiritual teaching, all that kind of stuff, just to help us kind of crew together and get through all of this. So follow along. We're having a good time, making each other laugh when necessary, and also helping each other move through this as gracefully as possible. On to this reading now. It's a general read, right? So please take what resonates, leave what does not. If you want a private reading with me, I just did one about 20 minutes ago over the phone. So if you're interested, my info is in the description box below, along with the other cool stuff in the description box below, like about what the Path of True Love is. Path of True Love is your healing journey, your spiritual journey, your hero's journey through your relationships, becoming the true love that you already are. Now, I know that sounds a little paradoxical. How can you become something that you already are? Well, when they asked Michelangelo how he sculpted the statue of the David, he said he didn't, that God created the David within the marble. All he did was remove the excess marble. Relationships do that, right? Through our lessons, our trials, our tribulations, our soulmate contracts, our twin flame contracts, and all of that. But this reading is about you. So if other people are indicated, that's great, that's wonderful. But this is about what you need to do. Now, I'll tell you, we're only pulling 7 cards, what I call a card draw. It's not even technically a spread, because I'm using 7 different decks, 1 card from each, because upload times have been ridiculous, because everybody's online. So the Pisces soulmate reading, I almost lost my frickin' mind because it was a 50-minute reading and it took 5 hours to upload. I was like, ah! So this is the series I did after that. I'm like, we're keeping it brief until things get back to normal, whatever that is. Cool, cool. So this way, it's really probably easier for you to take what resonates, leave what doesn't in a general read, and check your other signs, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus, right? Cool, cool. I guess that's about it. Focus on your breath. I'm going to do the same. When you partner with your breath, you really come into the present moment. I'll do the same so that I can get you the clarity of guidance and grace that I am built for, built to do, came into this life to do, and you can really feel what resonates and leave what doesn't. Cool, cool. Let's get down to business for realsies. Then all the decks that I read are in the bottom of the description box. Have fun looking at my description box. I'm a Virgo. I can give some detailed description boxes. Some good, helpful stuff down there. But we're going to start with the Caroline Myss archetype deck to get us going. Nice, deep breath. My pantheons, my collective pantheons of angels, goddesses, gods, masters, and the higher selves of all involved. Please, 1 card in clarity, a Caroline Myss archetype card for this Capricorn collective. What is the dominant archetype that they are alchemizing from lead to gold this month of May on the Path of True Love for the Capricorn collective? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. 1 card, please, for them. Oh, also timeless, right? Whether they're not watching this for the month of May, whenever they're watching it, please. Thank you, my collective pantheons. What's your dominant archetype? This card keeps coming up, the card of the witch. How do I know it's card of the witch? Doesn't have much written on it because this was a blank card that Caroline Myss had made in there, a bunch of them actually, maybe 4 or 5 of them, maybe 6, so that we could add archetypes that are not included in the deck. The witch was one of them. So I filled it in. It does say witch on the top. You can't tell in this lighting. Oh, well, there we go, right? It says witch on the top. But we know the shadow and the light archetype of the witch, I think, rather well. Now, I am a witch. You do not have to be a card-carrying, broom-flying, cauldron-stirring, spell-casting witch in order to relate to this archetype. So let's break it down. It's definitely, for me, if I were to put it in one of the families of archetypes, there are 9 different families, I would say either the divine or the healing family of archetypes, maybe both. And the wisdom family, obviously, because the word witch means wise person, right? The root of the word wit, right? Someone who's witty, someone who's quick. And witches do have to be quick, particularly if they are healers, right? If they are the shamans, if you will, of their tribes. You never really had a community of witches. You had a community of pagans, perhaps, with one witch, right? Because you did not want to live in a village full of shamans. Who was going to cook and who was going to eat that crazy, right? Not those mushrooms, Grandpa, right? So, that being said, the shadow side of the witch, I think we're well aware of. It's the stuff of which nightmares have made. Hexes and, crossings and all of that stuff. Not that there's anything wrong with it. I'm well trained in all of it. But it's not who I want to be, right? And all that stuff is done in the shadow. It's done out of pain. It's done out of fear. Or it's done in ways that you don't want other people to know about. So it's using your power, your wisdom, your energy, what you have learned for ill effect for yourself or someone else. The light, however, we're not just talking about the Wicked Witch of the West and the Good Witch of the North, Elphaba and Glinda, if you know that story, because we know Elphaba wasn't really all that wicked, and we know Glinda wasn't all that good. Sort of like the soap opera version of Oz. But we are looking here about someone who uses their wisdom, their power, their knowledge wisely and for the well-being of all, for themselves included, right? Nothing wrong with living wisely and well. I guess we could call it the charmed ones up top, but even they had their shadow moments. Who doesn't? So in terms of a Path of True Love reading, if you actually identify as a witch, bingo, today's your lucky day. But if you don't, just keep in mind, all that you've learned in your life, how do you serve? Because at the end of the day, for me, witch is a job title, right? It's like shaman, it's like medicine person. They who know, right? I won't even say she, because witch is gender neutral. Did you know that? Warlock is a term I do not truck with. There are plenty of people who embrace it, and blessed be. And I'm not Wiccan, by the way. I'm an eclectic. I will beg, borrow, and steal wisdom and experience from wherever I can get it in order to serve myself, serve my community, and serve here on YouTube. Ain't you thrilled? You should be. So with that jumping off there, let's have a look at what the angels have to say about this, about where you are on the Path of True Love for May 2020 with the Healing with the Angels Oracle. Nice deep breath. Oh, Doreen Virtue, how we thought we knew you. Blessed be. My angels, I just made the angels giggle. My angels, please, one card in clarity for this Capricorn collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign on the Path of True Love for May 2020. Please, since this is the Healing with the Angels Oracle, what are the angels they are healing with on the Path of True Love for May 2020? You great big Urielite staring me in the third eye. Hi, what's the perfect angel for them? Did you see that camera light just went on all by itself? Angels in the room. Miracles. Couldn't happen to a nicer, harder working sign than my Capricorn's miracles. Look, I've been really looking at my own expectations, because you'll hear expect a miracle, but when you're like this, expecting a miracle while the water is rising up to your nostrils, maybe swim to shore, maybe dog paddle a little, or just expect a miracle, put something into action, earth signs that we are. But also keep in mind a miracle is something that defies natural law, something that really shouldn't happen and yet does somehow, something that defies normal rationale and exploration. I am also a student and a teacher of A Course in Miracles. So the definition of a miracle there is a shift in consciousness from a thought system based in fear to a thought system based in love, which is very much what we're looking here with any alchemical archetypal structure, from lead to gold, shadow to light, fear to love, illusion to truth. So there is a shift in consciousness there, but miracles usually denote one for the better, right? Something that's healing, something that's loving, something that's wise and moving upward, forward in terms of evolution. Exciting. particularly for a witch, a miracle witch. That's what I consider myself. People are calling me the true love witch, and I'm okay with that, but I'm really a miracle witch. Not miracle whip. That's a spread. And I'm a top. I'm sorry. Let's ask the goddesses what they think about you, Capricorn, shall we? My goddesses, please, the divine feminine, the divine yin, half the universal energy, please, one card in clarity for the Capricorn collective, sun, moon, rising, Venus signs. What do you see for them? What's going on for them, my goddesses, please? Oh, my Persephone, I feel you so strong. Please, what's going on for the Capricorn collective, sun, moon, rising, Venus sign on the path of true love for May 2020, please, my beloved goddess? Well, she say you got the star, all right? Now, major arcana card for starters, meaning that this is definitely about your spiritual evolution, your process, but also about guidance and grace. I mean, the card of the star is how we used to navigate on the waters and on the lands before we had maps and compasses, right? We had to kind of look up and say, where's the North Star? Oh, there he is, right? We had to go follow that thing and then take our bearings forthwith from there. But in the major arcana card, it also does speak of a higher power. It does speak of looking up, not just of optimism, but of hope. The grace of hope, that we alone do nothing, but that with the soul, with the spirit, with the gods, with the angels, all things are possible. But to know that there is a higher power at work here, and really match that with the card of miracles. Looks like you got winner chicken dinner here, my Capricorns, unless you're a vegan. Please don't cancel me just because I said chicken dinner. Let's see what the gods have to say, shall we? The other half of the universal energy, the divine masculine, the divine yang. Breathe. Oh, my gods, my gods, my gods, please. One card in clarity for the Capricorn collective, sun, moon, rising, Venus signs on the path of true love for May 2020, please. My gods, what's going on for them? We've got the collective pantheons of which you are a member, talking about the witch archetype. So definitely maybe something magical going there now that I look at miracles and the star cards, like some kind of real transformation, transfiguration there. Particularly with that card of miracles, a shift in consciousness, even on that level, the miracle of forgiveness, alchemizing lead to gold, with that star card, maybe seeing things from a higher, more hopeful, more optimistic place of guidance and grace. So please, my gods, one card in clarity for the Capricorn collective sun. No, one card in clarity for the Capricorn collective sun, moon, rising, Venus sign on the path of true love for May 2020 or timeless. The Four of Cups. Now, this, like any tarot card, has all sorts of different meanings depending upon who you read. This is Juliet Sharman's Mythic Tarot. Here we have Psyche, post-marriage to her husband Eros, god of love, son of Aphrodite, but they have yet to see each other's faces yet, which is odd. Talk about an arranged marriage, and it wasn't. He fell on one of his arrows and saw her and fell in love, but she don't know what he looked like, right? She just knows she loved him. And isn't that just like initial attraction? You don't know who you are. And these are her sisters coming to visit the palace in the sky, which he made for her because she was lonely and she can't really see him. He just comes at night, snuggles in bed, they do it. And then in the morning, he's off to work shooting people with arrows, right? So this is the sisters going, well, you know, how do you know? How do you know he is who he says he is? He could be a monster. He could be a beast. You have no idea. Now, this is a theme in Greek mythology, coming in and putting a little poison in somebody's ear and creating all sorts of catastrophe and change as a result. Particularly in the case of Hera with Semele, or Semele, if you want to go there, while she was pregnant with Dionysus, because, you know, she was pregnant with her husband's child, Zeus. Hera, not a good deal. But this certainly created some emotional discord, some real questions about, well, I don't know how I feel about this now. I was all excited until you bitches showed up. What's going on? I don't know. So that Four of Cups can very much be about emotional contemplation, right? Sort of like that Four of Swords, right? The three above and one below. The Four of Cups in the Rider-Waite, it's got 3 cups and the Divine's giving him a 4th and he's like, meh, feeling a little meh about the whole thing. So considering where we are on planet Earth and what's going on right now, I can understand feeling a little emotionally womp womp. Not necessarily depressed, but maybe a little bored, maybe a little dissatisfied with the way things are emotionally on the path of true love. But I gotta say, with the card of the Witch, the card of the Miracles, and the card of Star, I don't think it's gonna stay that way for very long. But you might have to put in the work, at least the spiritual work. Let's keep going. We're gonna move on to the next deck, the Love Pack, Baby Love Pack. Love Baby, that's where it's at. The Chuck Spezzano Love Pack, 4 decks. D-E-C-K-S, get your mind out of the gutter, Earth sign. The suit of the problem, because it's good to know what the problem is. The suit of luck, the suit of grace, and the suit of healing. The voices of the Ascended Masters will be choosing this. Let's ask them. Nice deep breath. My Ascended Masters, hi. Please, one card in clarity for the Capricorn collective Sun, Moon, Rising Venus signs. Where are they on the path of true love? What's going on for them? Because again, we've got the Witch, we've got Miracles, we've got the Star, we've got the 4 of Cups, and that 4 of Cups is a little bit of a boring fly in the ointment. So what's going on here? Can you please clarify this for us, Ascended Masters, for the Capricorn collective Sun, Moon, Rising Venus sign on the path of true love for May 2020. Revenge! Revenge, definitely one of the problem cards. Now here's the thing about revenge. There are different kinds of revenge. Obviously, they did you wrong, you slashed their tires, you move on. They don't, because their tires are slashed. Maybe that's part of what this is, and maybe your temptation here is to use the powers of the Witch, your wisdom, what you know, to create a little chaos to get a little revenge. But also there's a form of revenge that people don't usually think about, and that's what you do to yourself to show people how they did you wrong, right? It's like, look what you made me do to myself, right? It's a real abdication of responsibility there. And maybe if you are a little too bored, your revenge fantasies are getting the better of you. Now look, everybody's got revenge fantasies. I mean, I'm sure even the highest and the holy of us have had days where like, someday, bitch, right? Maybe, maybe not. But to be aware of them, that this might be something that is in need of the miracle. That might be the elemental shift from lead to gold, toxicity to healing, and that maybe on the path of true love you have the opportunity to contemplate this and deal with some of the emotions. Because really, the emotion of revenge, the feeling of revenge, I wouldn't put at a 4. I would put that at like a 5, right? That sort of more tumultuous stuff going on there. But just be careful of that in terms of a problem card, because, you know, really, what are the emotions underneath that? Is that a reaction to pain? Is that a reaction to feeling victimized, to grief, to guilt? Maybe not your own, but to somebody else. It's a little hard to have revenge for somebody that you don't think of as guilty. So maybe there is an opportunity for you here to see this from a higher perspective. If you are on lockdown, if you are sequestered within your own domain without anybody else around, it might be a good time to contemplate, meditate, do some emotional healing here, do some forgiveness work to at least allow yourself to feeling what you are feeling, to let it have its arc without you acting on it. As Matt Kahn would say, love what arises, whatever arises, love that, don't act on it. Just saying. You know, I'm very well trained in the magical arts, but that's not who I want to be. Can you imagine there'd be no black candles left on planet Earth if I really went there? Oh, be happy I use my powers for good. That's the thing about being a Virgo. We study, we learn, we heal, we grow, but are we healing or just healing, right? Let's ask the higher selves of all involved, shall we? Through the Whispers of Love Oracle, one of my favorite oracle decks. I really dig it quite a bit. Very direct, in my opinion. So let's ask your higher selves, nice deep breath. The higher ourselves of all involved, please. One card in clarity. For the Capricorn Collective Sun, Moon, Rising Venus sign on the path of true love for May 2020. My higher self collective, please, considering we've got the Witch Miracles, the Star, the Four of Cups, and Revenge on the table, really a piece of guidance and grace, a whisper of love for your Capricorns watching this, please. What is the whisper of love you have for them on the path of true love for May 2020 or timeless? Show simple acts of kindness, maybe unto yourself as well. A simple act of kindness can energize you and bring happiness to those around you. So what is a simple act of kindness? Well, put away the black candles, witchy poo. That might be a start, right? That might be like, well, let me try and see things from a higher perspective. That might proffer is really the word I was looking for. That might precede a simple act of kindness, and it is a simple act of kindness written on this. Maybe, all right, I'm gonna let this one slide, but I'm still keeping my eye on you, right? Because that revenge thing going on there, revenge doesn't usually call towards kindness, but it might be a kindness to yourself to reconsider that because you're bored, because you're feeling a little meh in general, to be very, very, very careful of that turning around and say, see what you made me do? That's abdication of responsibility and not something that any well-trained witch would probably do. Although I've seen it happen, it ain't pretty to what happens to them, right? When you use your wisdom in a shadow way, it never goes well. So thankfully, we've got our last card down. The Healing Mantra deck from Matt Kahn. I just mentioned him before. Whatever arises, love that, right? He's brilliant. Go check out his YouTube channel, Matt Kahn, All for Love, K-A-H-N. I'm very pro-Kahn. Let's ask the Ascended Masters who brought you the card of revenge from the suit of problems. Let's see what they have to say. What is your healing mantra? The idea being that the more you sing it, dance it, chant it, EFT it into your nervous system, work this mantra, yes, wench, work that mantra, that it will help you heal on the path of true love. Shall we? Let's ask them which one. Breathe. My Ascended Masters, please. One card in clarity for the Capricorn Collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign. What is the perfect healing mantra? Not the heal a monster, the healing mantra for, it's very Alyssa Edwards, for this Capricorn Collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign on the path of true love for May 2020. Please, there you are. Now, one side of this card has the name of the mantra, the other the mantra itself. I will use the name of the mantra to look it up in Ye Old Bookie Book because there's nothing else written on the card. So it's not technically an oracle card. It's a mantra card, but what he's got in that bookie is not terribly long, but extremely helpful. Overcoming fear. Overcoming fear. I will transcend every loss. Now, I just think that's very powerful and healing for all of us right now on planet Earth, right? Let's see if I get that light to click back on. It's motion sensitive. Hey! Nope, don't want it. That's fine. So I will transcend every loss, because that's true. We will transcend every loss. The speed at which I think is somewhat determined by us, but then again, I think some losses are just going to take time for us to transcend. And how often is fear just about that, about loss of some kind, if not some kind of major change? And I could see that if there was a loss that predicated this revenge, right, this simple act of kindness might be the key to you really healing this for yourself. There we go, on its own, all by itself. There are spirits in the room. Of course there are. I call upon them before I do these readings. So let me read you what the book says. Shall I? Shall we? Let's. Overcoming fear, I will transcend every loss. When fear is overcome, you are able to rest in the resilience of your soul, no matter how frustrated or inconvenienced your ego seems to be. And I think that might be speaking of this Four of Cups, right? That's sort of like, oh, I don't think I wanted to know that. I don't think I want, why do I have to feel that now? You are able to embrace each obstacle and circumstance as life's auspicious way of helping you become the one you were always destined to be. In overcoming fear, every loss surely inspires a gain of insight for the evolution of your spiritual journey. This mantra is ideal for opening back up to life, healing chronic fatigue, that's good, and releasing cellular memories. Perhaps that is part of what this revenge thing is, and if I'm getting this message correctly, that this revenge might not be who you think it's about. It might be something that's just clearing your field. You might be triggered by something that has way more power behind it than is about what has been triggered. And I have to say, being on lockdown like this, that's happening for a lot of people as an empath. Oh my goodness, last night, this wave of grief and loss came through me that obviously it was about other people, because one minute I was fine, the next minute I wasn't. I would just watch something on the news, and the next thing I knew, for a good hour afterwards, I was crying. And yes, some of it connected to some things personally with me, but as I was healing it, I knew I wasn't just clearing it for me, I was clearing it for everybody. So I will transcend every loss, and with that you will be clearing your energy field as well as that of humanity, bit by bit by bit. So a very powerful read, because you really have the power here to make some transformation, right? To use your wisdom. You're not new to the path of true love. You're not new to healing, most likely, if you've got the card of the witch. Or if you are, you've definitely got enough wisdom under your belt, so to speak, to really move on and say that there is a miracle in play here for you, and one that is definitely divinely guided, as if there could be another kind. But to look to your higher, your better angels, your higher guidance and grace, because if you can take this card to mean then, let me sit with my emotions and let them just be what they are, and deal with any feelings of revenge without acting on them, that itself would be a simple act of kindness, because you're not acting on it at all, knowing that you will overcome your fear, and that I, in this case you, will transcend every loss. Really, really beautiful reading for you, Capricorn. Slow and steady wins the race. Don't do anything you'll regret later. Sit with your emotions. Feel it to heal it. And with this card, I've always said the star, to me, regardless of the deck that it is in, always speaks of the highest possible quantum calibration, vibration reality as the most spiritual card in the deck. So, may the Capricorn Collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Sun be blessed with all that they need on the path of true love for May 2020, that they may heal, that they may grow, that they may experience miracles, that they may shine that light and show simple acts of kindness as that witch archetype, using their wisdom, their power in ways that are helpful, that are a blessing onto all of life, as they realize they are overcoming their fear and will transcend every lost past, present, and future for the well-being of all. So mote it be, and so it is. Thank you for watching, my Capricorns. Please do like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, and feel free to comment in the comment section below, as I wish you the very best and the very blessed of May 2020. Hail, farewell, and blessed, blessed be.